Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be talking about closures in JavaScript. And have you ever heard the term closures and felt confused? Trust me, you are not alone. When I started JavaScript, it was I felt confused also. So it is not just you, but everyone who is new to programming just like you. Closures are one of the most misunderstood concepts in JavaScript. But today I'm going to make it crystal clear to you. By the end of this video, you will not only understand closure but also know how to use them in real projects. And I'll even show you some common mistakes to avoid. So if you are ready to level up your JavaScript skills, let's get started. A closure is a function that remembers the variables from its outer scope. Okay, so closure is based on scope. Okay, even after that function has finished running, even when a function has finished running, closure allows a function to still remembers the variable of its outer scope. Okay, so imagine you are working at a restaurant and you memorize the secret recipe for the signature dish, right? Even if you leave the restaurant, you still remember the recipe or the recipe. Okay, so that's exactly how closure works. They keep a memory of the variables they had access to. Okay. Okay, so now let's look at a simple example of closure. Okay, so I can just say function, and I'll call the function outer function. Okay, all right. Then I want to declare a variable. Right. Then I want to return another function. Okay, then I just want to console.log the secret. Okay, so this is a simple example of how closure looks like. Okay, so if I come outside of that, I can say const my closure. All right, they set that to be equal to our outer function. Okay, so we call in our outer function. Then I just want to call my closure. Okay, so that's it. And then what I think I'll need to do is I'll need to bring up our coca. Okay, so I have to say start on current. Okay, so we should start on current file, and yeah, we are here. So you can see that automatically I'm getting a closure. Okay, so what is actually happening here is that outer function runs and creates a variable called secret. Okay, so the outer function will run and create a variable called secret. Then instead of returning the secret directly, we are returning a function. Okay, so we are returning a function, and even though outer function has finished running, when we call the outer function, it's still call or it still call the inner function, then still remember the variable secret in our outer function. So that's how this works. So this what makes closure so powerful. They allow a function to remember its environment. Okay, so that's it. That's what closure is. Okay, so I want to show you some real example or real world use cases of closure. Closures aren't just theory, they are used everywhere in JavaScript. So I will be giving you some practical example of how to use closure, and I want to use something like data privacy to explain real world use of closure. Okay, closure help protect variables from being modified directly in our code. Okay, so I can, to show example of that, I can just create a function. And just call it create counter. Okay, so we don't want anybody to have access directly to our counter value, our counter function. Okay, so there I can just initiate a count. Okay, and just say set that to 0. Okay, then I can return a function. Without a name. Okay, and I can just do count plus plus. I want to count the function. Then I can just console the log. What's that? I just console the log count like that. Okay, so what I'll do is I can come down here. And I hope I'm not missing anything here. So I can just say const increment. So I want to increment count. Okay, and then I can set that to create count like that. Okay, then I can just call increment, and then you can see that I have 1. Okay, and I can do something so that you can see exactly. So here we can just return count like that. Then here I can just do a console log. Let's say console.log. Sorry. So we have count 1. If I do something and copy this, or let me say I duplicate it into 3, you see that on each increment that we call, we are incrementing the value of the count, okay, which is 1, 2, 3. If we do it up to 10, it will keep incrementing the value for us to infinity. So I just want to show you that so that you know what we are doing and how powerful closure is. Okay, so here count is, so you can see that. So what's happening here is that count is completely private, so it cannot be directly modified by anybody. Okay, so it can be directly modified. So with that, it is only through the increment that we can have access to the count variable. Okay, and we cannot actually do anything into it. You cannot add any variable, cannot add any number into it, right? So because we automatically have increased the count, then we are returning the count back inside of that function. Okay, so that's how closure works in real life. All right, so another one that I would like to show you guys in this tutorial is about function factories, okay, which allows us to have reusability in our code. So closure allows dynamic function creation with preset values. Okay, so it allows you to reuse functions. Yes, so closure also allows that. So to talk about that, to show you that, we can just have another function. And just call that multiply by. Okay, so multiply, this should have L. Okay, multiply by, and then we want to have a number inside of it. Okay, so you can see the difference now. For the other ones that we have been doing, there is no parameter inside of it. Okay, so the next thing I just want to do is just to return a function. Okay, I just want to return a function. Then I just want to add the number back into it, and then we just want to, okay, so I just want to return the number, then so I want to return the number. Oh, sorry, this can't be number. Let's just call it num. So I want to say num times number. All right. So that's it. Then, so for us to remember this is just like reusability in JavaScript for us to be able to reuse functions and code in our we use function in our code. Okay, so then I can just do const multiply factor so that um, we don't have a problem with duplication. Okay, so I'll say multiply factor, then I'll just set that to multiply, and then I just want to add 2 to this. Okay, so now if I come down here and just call the multiply factor again, then I can just add 3 to it. Okay, so what can I do is I want to console log that. Console, okay, console log multiply. Okay, so you can see that automatically we pass multiply to the multiply function, which is 2. Then for the multiply function again, we are adding another multiply factor, which is 3. Okay, so this technique is super useful when you are building utility functions. Okay, so it allows you to reuse those functions in your code. So the code, the function gets the multiply, and it also come back and also gets the multiply factor. So the multiply factor will automatically give us the multiply sum, or let's say the factor of the two numbers. Okay, so that's it. And then yeah, there's another one I want to show you guys, which is about handling event listeners and asynchronous functions in JavaScript. Okay, so I can just call that handling async asynchronous sorry asynchronous functions. Okay, yes. So we want to have like in a button, you want to have like a click event, or yeah, we call it a click handler. Okay, so I can just give it a function of let me just say click handler. Okay, so inside of it I want to add a message as a parameter. Sorry. Then next, what I want to do is, okay, so let's just return a function with console log. Okay, I just return a function, and then we can just console the log the message like that. Okay, and then what we can do here is we can, okay, so I'll just be using this as like an imaginary stuff. Okay, but then I know you will understand what I'm about to do. So I just want to do document dot get elements by id. This is us getting the id of our button from inside of HTML. Okay, so I can just say I'm getting the btn id. Then I also want to add an event listener to that. Then I want to list him for when the button is clicked. Then I want to just add I just want to add the click handler. Then I want a message of button clicked. All right, so if we have I'm having this document is not defined. Yes, it can be defined. It can be defined. Okay, that's because of the cooker that we are using. Okay, but then what we can do is we can actually comment this out, but I just want to show you that. Then we can just do our const. Then we can call this on click. I just call this on click message. Okay, like that, and we can just say click handler. Then we can just add. Okay, so we can just copy this button clicked. Sorry, so we can just add button click and just paste that here. Okay, it's supposed to be a closing string. All right, so that's it. And then what we can just do here is just call our unclicked message, and then you see that we have button clicked. Okay, so it's just to show you that we can also use um, closure for asynchronous operations, and also as a callback. Okay, but as a callback for and for event handlers. Okay, so that's it. Congratulations, guys. Now you know exactly what closures are and how they work. So you can tell me in the comment section where you have seen closure used in JavaScript. If the video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more JavaScript deep dives like this. And if you want a full tutorial on async JavaScript, let me know.